Well, guys, Delorean has done it once again. They have completely changed the game, but not in the way you may think. First of all, I have to say that vehicle looks awesome. I would love to drive that, but obviously the vehicles look great. But the way they've changed the game this time is by bringing auto production to the blockchain, by bringing real world asset tokenization to the automotive industry. And this is all built in a Web3 ecosystem around the DMC token. And I want to unpack all this for you guys because this is truly the future. No pun intended. Happy coincidence. So I'm gonna leave these links in the description below for you guys to check out. But first of all, the Alpha 5, which is their new electric vehicle launch, it looks awesome. Frankly, is a beautiful take on the DMC-12, the one that we all know from history, the one that was in the Back to the Future films. And they are doing some very different things than we've seen from auto manufacturers in the past. Now, what I will say here is that the Twitter, which is the official Web3 account for the Delorean Motor Company, has been exploding over the last 24 hours. First of all, they just had their DMC token launch. Here's the contract address if you guys want to check that out. I did, in fact, pick up some this morning. I'm pretty excited about what they're doing, actually. But it's already listed on a bunch of different exchanges. It's had insane amounts of trading volume. And I'll talk about this more later on. But really, the way that they've done this with their reservation marketplace is quite genius, because what they allow you to do is these different build slots can actually be traded like NFTs. They can be swapped from person to person. They can be sold. And these actually represent an actual build slot for a vehicle itself. This eliminates middlemen, dealerships. It's fraud proof. It's all done on chain via the SUI blockchain. This is the first real instance of real world asset tokenization we're seeing from the automotive industry. And it's a really big deal. And again, Delorean is kind of spearheading this effort. Now, these can actually be purchased or traded for with fiat, but they can also be done with DMC, the token that powers the ecosystem itself. The DMC has multiple uses. It can actually be used for discounts on Delorean gear. It can actually be staked, which is coming down the line here as well for rewards. So there's a lot of benefits that DMC itself actually gives you. Now, like I mentioned, DMC has already been listed in a lot of locations, many big exchanges that people have probably heard of. We're talking about BitGet, KuCoin, Mexi, Kraken. It's on Binance Futures. XT is actually where I bought this morning, but this has led us to see some insane trading volume, $37 million over the last 24 hours. Just for a little context, guys, right now it's a $13.34 million market cap. I did some buying kind of right down here about 8 to 8:30 this morning or so. As I dove in and did more research, I was excited about what is coming because 2025 does have an exciting roadmap ahead for Delorean Labs. In fact, what we're still seeing coming here in Q2 per this roadmap is the launch of DMC Dynamic Staking Protocol. We have a gaming incentive program launch inside of top Motiverse Web3 racing titles. For those that aren't familiar with Motiverse, it's a Web3 racing platform. And actually by holding DMC, you're going to have access to exclusive items. So that's pretty cool. What we also have coming this year, Q3, we're going to see introduction of merchandise to major retailers worldwide. Again, that's where we have the ability to get discounts, which is exciting. Q4, in-vehicle testing and integration of the Flux Drive Analytics Protocol. And then Q2 of 2026 is the launch of Flux's Drive Analytics Protocol and limited edition Alpha 5 vehicle rollout. So we have some pretty exciting things ahead. And just some other things here that you guys should know about. The time capsules was actually the very first thing that I saw surrounding Delorean Labs. Didn't know much about it, but this is actually a groundbreaking collectible experience celebrating the iconic brand's arrival into Web3. This is actually an ad that they did with Christopher Lloyd in it, which I thought was a pretty great way to tie it back to the future. We obviously talked about DMC. We have staking coming, the marketplace. Guys, this is a project I'm actually very excited about. I'm glad I did some buying this morning, right as it's just starting to come out, and they're making some pretty big pushes across the space. One thing I did want to show you guys here as well is how can you not get excited when there is these ads actually going out like this? This has got a pretty big name in it, pretty big actor, Patrick Stewart.
They say the best way to predict the future is to create it. And so,
awesome.
After decades, we find ourselves standing before the evolution of automotive science, where innovation meets an icon. The dream continues as a new frontier awaits. Where Delorean awaits.
Just gotta get chills watching that. But I have to say, I'm very excited about what they're doing. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Is this something that you guys are interested in? I'm gonna leave these links in the description below for you guys to check out. But appreciate you guys as always. Appreciate Delorean for reaching out and sponsoring this video. But have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.